Hi everybody, I'm Sinead Kennedy, health and wellness coach. So I'm just back from a run and obviously I want to do some post-run stretches. It doesn't necessarily have to be a run, it could have been a cycle, a long walk, a game of tennis for instance, even a game of golf. So it's worth remembering that our muscles, they like to cool down. I would strongly recommend getting into the shower. Today it's quite warm, so I'm quite happy to stretch and then I'll have my shower. But if it's a cold day, I would say just get out of the wet clothes, get in the shower first, and then do your little stretches. So my body has been through quite a lot. There's quite a lot of micro tears in my body. I'm feeling a little bit exhausted. So it's well worth remembering that we never ever want to go pushing or go mad on our body right now. So very gentle recovery, including good nutrition, protein, and also water and perhaps some rehydration salts as well. So it's not just about the stretching, it's about our whole post and wellness care for our bodies. I'm also going to, after my shower, give my legs a bit of a massage with some body lotion as well. So just, to finish them off and to help them be nice. If you want to as well, you could wear some compression socks for a little while after your workout as well. So let's get started. We're going to use the door or a wall, whatever is handy for you. And again, as I said, just nice, gentle stretches, go at your own pace. So I'm going to just make sure that the door is locked, or at least be in the house on your own, so you know that nobody's going to walk in on top of you. So I'm going to turn in towards the door and I'm going to take one leg out behind me. Now this stretch is going to be for Achilles and for my calf, which is back here. So I'm just going to very gently drive the heel down towards the floor. And I'm just gently pushing back with my hands. Now you don't need to go killing the door or putting a lot of tension into your shoulders. You just want to have something to lean into as a little lever. My heel is driving down and my leg is straight. Now we have two big calf muscles. So at the moment I'm on the outer calf. So this really nice fleshy one that you can see, it's called gastrocnemius. You don't need to know that. Make sure that the hip is brung around, make sure there's no twisting in the spine. And again, just leaning into it, you can melt into it. I'm also starting to get a little bit into the hip flexor here by driving the pelvis under. Okay, we never want to stick our butt out, that gets into the back. So tuck under. So just breathing into it and just allow that calf muscle some time to open out. Again, if you're very flexible, you can always go a little bit deeper. And I'm starting to get even deeper into my hip flexor, starting to introduce a little bit of inner thigh on this leg as well. So just breathing and holding it. And just allow the muscle some time. We all wear heels in our shoes. So we always have that shortness in our Achilles tendon and in our calf. So it's well worth spending a little bit of extra time here on the calves. Now after we've done our main external calf, that big meaty one that we can see, we want to get into the calf muscle that's underneath. It's called soleus. So we're going to bring the foot in a little bit closer and we're going to bend the knee. Okay, so that takes the bigger muscle out of it. And then I'm going to push down. Now this one can be a little bit awkward. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, I would suggest you take a block or do this on the stairs. I live in an apartment, so I have no stairs. But you can always take the heel and push down. And now I have that stretch. So I just needed that little lift to give me a bit of a drop. So the knee is bent and I'm in the muscle underneath the outside one, so I can feel it right here. This is the one that most runners need the stretch for. Okay, we generally just do the external one, but we definitely need to get into that under muscle. Okay, so it's called soleus. It's worth spending time on it. The knee has to be bent. If the leg is straight, it's the outer external because it crosses the knee. And once the knee is bent, this external one is soft and the underneath one is now lengthened. So spend a good bit of time here. It's nice and tight on me, I'll be honest. And then again, just pushing down and pushing my heel towards the floor. And then gently release it. So obviously we need to do the other side, so take the other leg out. Start off with the big meaty muscle that you can see. Everyone is different. Again, this might be enough for you, okay? It depends on your body. My calves aren't too bad today, so I'm going to give them an extra little stretch. Again, remember, we never want to push the wall down. You're just relaxing into it. And just gently does it, breathe into that heel. If you have a stairs, again, you can do this one with the heel pushing down off of the stairs. You can hold on to the banisters. Again, I just don't have any stairs in my house. And just releasing when you're ready. Let's find the muscle underneath. So again, I'm going to use my block. So remember, the knee needs to be bent for this one. And just push. Get the ball of the foot onto your block. There we go. So press down. Now you're also going to get a little bit of backside here. There's other muscles involved. And when I kick down, I really find that Achilles it's actually quite sore on this side, okay? Now remember, if anything is shaking or shuddering, you want to back off, okay? You've gone too far. That's your body's warning system, and it's very, very important that you listen to those warnings. So again, you can stay here a little bit longer. As I said, if you have a step, use your steps. If you don't have a step like me, make a step. Or, just go to your friend's house with a step. Do your stretches there. And I'm just going to spend a little bit longer here because I can actually feel my ankle and my Achilles really opening out. And I'm quite actually enjoying the stretch, okay? So there's kind of a fine line between pleasure and pain. So once we've done those, I want to focus on my quads. So here, nice big meaty muscles. So I'm going to take the sole or the foot in towards my backside. Now, you'll see people in the park and they're jamming their heel up into their booty. You don't have to do any of that, okay? That's not the point of this. Instead, tuck the pelvis under, hold on to the wall, and just gently draw the leg back. Now I have that stretch. Stay upright because again, the hips, the thigh muscles come up and they cross and they attach in here into our hip bone here at the front. So if you're bending over, they're soft, they're not lengthening, they're shortened. When you stand up, now they're lengthening. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, you can take the leg a little bit further back. Watch for arching, that's my back, okay? Keep the tail under and keep the belly in. If you can't reach your leg, now you could get a towel and use the towel as a lever instead, okay? So just make sure that your shoulder is happy. Hold on to the door so that your leg, you're tired, you're coming home after a workout. Keep the knees close by. Again, you'll see people and they're kind of here. Okay, again, that's really not the thigh. The focus is to tuck under and pull back into extension whilst protecting the back and keeping the ribs in. And then obviously we're going to change it over and do the other side. So again, stand up nice and tall, bring the knee in, tuck the booty under, standing up tall. And again, I'll just turn around for you. If your heel reaches your backside, fine, but you never want to force it. There's really no need. Push forward instead. Kick back with the leg, so I'm bringing it into extension. And I have a really nice lengthening here down the front of my thigh. And again, if that's not going to work for you, you know what, you have laces there as well. You could give yourself a pull with the laces. And then gently does it, release it. Okay, so inner thighs, take the legs nice and wide, and again, just sway side to side. Inner thighs are generally a bit of a gripey area, okay, so you're going to know about these ones. So wake up the thighs, focus on lengthening, and then when you're ready, pick a side, doesn't matter which side, turn your foot externally and lengthen into it. Now, if you want to, you can lift those toes upwards and melt into it. Breathing deeply. Now again, you could hold onto the door if you turned around, okay, melt into it and just sinking in. Try and keep this foot flat on the floor, so again, I'm getting length into the calf and into the Achilles. Go easy on the groins and just melt into it. And use your breath. So remember, we never jerk or push or aggravate. So we always just want to melt. Your muscles are like butter. If you think about it, they're just straight out of the fridge. You want to put them into the frying pan and you just want them to melt in their own time, okay? You never sort of force it to melt or to open. Gravity is pulling me down here, so even now in the last few moments, I know that I've melted down just that little bit deeper. Knee is in full range of movement, and this Achilles is really getting a very nice lengthening as well. Okay, so just take your time, come out of it. Okay, and again, you can just mooch around, going into the other side. And again, I'm definitely not as mobile on this side, so I need to just take my time. I'm going to turn the sole of the foot up. And just allow your body. You can always do this one sitting down on the floor. You can have the two legs out in a V. And just melt into it. Pull the toes in towards you. Keep the head up, okay? So if the head is down, your heart is down too low. You want the chest up. You want your breathing apparatus open. And then slowly release it. Okay, so just give the hips a bit of a wiggle. Give the legs a bit of a shake out. Reach up. Touch your toes. Stay here. If you need to, you can grab a block and just melt. Roll the weight forward so that you feel your bottom is over your ankles rather than behind. Hang out here. Give your back a break. Sway. And then slowly does it stack up nice and gently. Okay, give your back a nice arch, lengthen, lift your chest, push the hips forward, and slowly release it. So that's just a very quick guide just for some legs. Obviously I didn't get into the bum there. I haven't really touched on the back. But if time is limited, those ones will do you for now. You can always play around with your body later. Don't forget to go back and watch some of my other videos on hips and hamstrings that I've made. I've also made some nice ones for shoulder mobility. And I've made a lovely one for rise and shine in the morning for wakening up. So stay tuned to this channel, subscribe now so that you never ever miss out on a class. Let me know what classes you would like as well. I'm always happy to make them for you. Gives me ideas and gives me something that you really, really want. So have a great day, subscribe now and see you soon.